family. Welcome to Cicely Verdani, your home for spiritual insight and entertainment. My name is Courtney of Cicely Verdani, and today we're getting into a juicy reading about what the people or person on your mind fantasizes about you. Go ahead and click the subscribe button to make sure that you don't miss out on any other content such as this. And let's go ahead and get started. We have pile number 1 with the rose quartz, pile number 2 with the aquamarine, and pile number 3 with the smoky quartz crystal. Choose whichever one you feel drawn to, and there will be timestamps in the description box down below. See you there. Hi, pile 1. If you chose the rose quartz crystal, this is your message about what the person or people on your mind fantasize about you. Number 16, ask your soul. People really fantasize about intimacy with you, and this is not in a sexual way. They fantasize about being close with you, about opening up to you. They feel like you're very receptive and you have a healing presence to you. And you're also very intelligent and intuitive. So oftentimes when we're in relationships, we are learning how to love ourselves through loving one another. We're learning about ourselves as we learn about one another, and we tend to mirror each other. So I think some people don't even realize that in wanting to get close to you, they're really craving to connect with their own self. Or maybe they do realize that. It depends on the kind of people that you're thinking about here. But that's the dynamic that's going on. People feel like you are a mirror for them. But it's not in a narcissistic way, like they find that your presence is so grounding and healing and pure, so they can see clearly, like into your soul as well as into themselves. It's almost a sacred energy when people are around you. But it's also very passionate. People fantasize about receiving wisdom from you, about receiving counsel from you, about just being received by you. For some of you, people may fantasize about giving you counsel, or they want that mutuality, like you counsel them when needed and vice versa. So they fantasize about being that person that you come to when you need things, and trust, having trust between you. All right, let's get into the tarot. What do the people or person on pile number 1's mind fantasize about them? What do the people or person on pile number 1's mind fantasize about them? What is a people or person? Okay, so now we're getting into some more passionate energy. They find you to be a very capable person, and they feel like this would translate into all areas. They fantasize about going on adventures with you, about overcoming difficulties with you, and being connected in every way. Yeah, they fantasize about partnership. Even if this isn't a non-romantic person that you have in mind, they just want that mutual and reciprocal kind of connection. So I was getting, as I was shuffling to get your initial card, I was receiving this message that they miss you. So that's for someone specifically. But for the collective as well, when they're away from you, they miss you. This person really does fantasize about you, but they kind of get down and out about it because your presence just brings out something special in them. And so for some of you, you guys are not in contact or connection at this time, and they want to rekindle. They fantasize about rekindling some kind of connection with you. What do the people or person on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? What do the people or person on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? Yeah, they fantasize about overcoming obstacles with you and bringing light to the situation, either the situation between you or just the difficulties of life. Starting over new and creating firm foundations. But mostly overcoming difficulties. They fantasize about being wise and grounding themselves and kind of becoming more mature for you. Please clarify justice. What does the person or people on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? What do the person or people on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? Yeah, they fantasize about having it all with you. The Ten of Cups is like the ultimate emotional fulfillment. And it can often also relate to like family. They really fantasize about letting go of the aspects of your relationship that hold you back or keep you from progressing to the next level or keep you from this partnership. So they fantasize about letting go of their bad habits, or even if it's like practical difficulties, like barriers keeping you apart. It could be distance between you physically, or, otherwise some kind of distance, even if it's just emotional, or if they have like other practical matters that keep them from like being present with you. They want to be present and intimate. Please clarify Four of Cups. What do the people or person on my mind, on pile number one's mind, fantasize about them? What do the people or person on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? The Fool. Yeah, and just like they may be afraid to reconnect if you're disconnected, or even if you're already connected and they have all those obstacles, they fantasize about just throwing caution to the wind and overcoming the obstacles coming towards you. And they do fantasize about intimacy, but it's very sincere. And it's the kind of intimacy that is partnership, that is family. They fantasize about being connected with you, and they imagine that it will feel like a fantasy just being with you. They fantasize about adventure, being outdoors together. being really active together. So even just like hiking or water sports, they find you to be at your best state and the most free when you're outdoors. So they want to be in that space with you. They fantasize about being romantic, bringing you flowers. Oh, wow. So these are actually the same card. They really want to transform your relationship in a positive way and overcome the obstacles of the past, put to rest all those things that were coming between you. And they fantasize about allowing your wisdom to shine through, because they feel that in the past I'm getting the word gaslight, but that sounds really severe. It doesn't, for some of you it may have been, for others of you it's not going to be that intense, but maybe they didn't acknowledge your wisdom verbally, and they might have made you question yourself. Maybe in the past, for some of you, they were liars or cheats, and they really messed up. For others, it's just in the day-to-day, they didn't acknowledge your intelligence and your wisdom and your input and your desires and plans for the trajectory of the relationship, or they didn't respect the advice that you gave to them. And they see the value of your mind and your intuition, and they want to put that into effect in their own lives as well. They fantasize about receiving and implementing your wisdom in a way that they can create a life together. That's the central focus. For some of you, you are in no contact with this person and they don't believe that you would accept them back or ever want to hear from them. And so they fantasize about you being receptive and being open to them and wanting to connect just as much as they do. What does the person or people on pile number one's mind fantasize about them? They fantasize about growing old together, the whole bit. Having children. Yeah, they definitely want to procreate with you, for some of you, if that's appropriate in this relationship. But if it's not, then maybe they, like, for example, if that's not an appropriate relationship, they fantasize about having a familial bond together with you. But I'm really getting procreation energy with all the rabbits. And they fantasize about healing, releasing emotional, like detoxing emotions. Detoxing the emotions of the past regarding what they've done to make you feel defensive, or what they've done to block the relationship. So turning the page. That's what these judgment cards are about. And cooperating. and elevating the relationship. So that's what I have for you, pile number 1. If this reading resonated, go ahead and give me a like and let me know down below. I love to chat with you guys. And I'm looking forward to seeing you on my next reading. Bye! Hi, pile 2. If you chose the aquamarine crystal, this is the reading about what the person or people on your mind fantasize about you. I can tell at first glance that the person or people on your mind fantasize about you frequently. They feel a strong spiritual connection with you that transcends this life. They probably dream about you often, or if they astral travel, they definitely connect with you in the dream state, purposely. They fantasize about growing together spiritually. Helping each other to learn the necessary lessons and to elevate, to reach enlightenment together. They fantasize about doing good things, doing good deeds together. And being of service together. Really spreading goodness in the world together. They feel like you are a soul partner who's meant to, like you guys are meant to transcend together. All right, that's all I'm getting from this. Let's get on to the tarot. What does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? What does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? What does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? They might want to start some kind of business with you or community, or be in some kind of community with you. Like, what does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? It's a very diverse fantasy. They fantasize about you very frequently. They don't know exactly what they want to do, what kind of relationship that they want to have yet, but they know that they want to connect more realistically versus just in their head, because right now you may not even know if this person even thinks about you at all, but they think about you a lot. And the reason you don't know whether they do is because they're not making any action in the real world, and so they really want to change that. What does the person or people on pile 2's mind fantasize about them? What does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? They want to just simply talk. They know that all the things that they have on their mind, they don't want to scare you with the depth of their fantasy and the intensity of it. So they want to start small and just develop a trusting friendship. They fantasize about connection. So pile number 1, there was a level of intimacy. Here, it's even different. It's like subtlety. They want to enjoy subtlety together. They want to be very subtle and start small and work their way up. They might fantasize about inviting you, just plain asking you out if this is romantic, and getting to know each other better, because I believe that a lot of the fantasies they have are because you guys don't know each other well enough yet, but they would really like to get to know you. Yeah, I believe that they have a lot of blockages in their own mind about it. They are very defensive on the outside. This person has a very rich inner world, but on the surface, it's either them or you, like, that may be more reserved on the surface. I find that whether it's them or you, this person, they have a difficult time with being in the real world. Like, I'm getting strong kind of Piscean energy. So whereas anything can be accomplished in their mind, their imagination is so vast. When it comes to reality, they find it very, very difficult to just do the most mundane things. I resonate a lot with this. But they fantasize about overcoming those barriers and obstacles and being successful together. For some of you, they think this about you. They feel like you're a very dreamy person, but you have challenges with just day-to-day things. Not in an offensive way, because there's nothing wrong with that. It just means that your talents are in other areas. But they want to help you to ground them and manifest them. They fantasize about either you helping them or them helping you to get grounded and to bring your dreams to a reality successfully. No, my deck just fell. 1 second. This fell out. I'm not going to take it, but I'm going to keep it in mind. What does the person or people on pile number 2's mind fantasize about them? Yeah, overcoming challenges, but they want to do everything together. Anything and everything. They fantasize about the two of you being some kind of dream team or power couple. Please clarify Page of Cups. They fantasize about having a really subtle, nurturing connection together. They fantasize about cuddling with you and just being affectionate. One sec. Yeah, they fantasize about being cuddly. Please clarify 9 of Wands, 10 of Wands. What do they fantasize about, my pile? They fantasize about you not being able to live without them. Please clarify pile 3. What is my pile? Pile 2. Please clarify 9 and 10 of Wands. What does the person or people on pile two's mind fantasize about them? What is the person or people? They fantasize about finally getting over their own internal barriers to come towards you. And they imagine that you feel the same way. I feel that they have a strong intuition, so they're not delusional about that. I think you both have a strong connection in the astral world, and they want to bridge that gap. So they fantasize about either them or you finally having the courage and just snapping and not being able to take it any longer to where you have to connect. They fantasize about eating yummy food together. And having really luxurious experiences together. And they may want to ask you, like I said already, just simply ask you on a date. They fantasize about you meeting their family and being part of their family. But they also fantasize about being in community. So, and like I said, like volunteering together. They want to really work together. Maybe you guys already work together, or you're part of the same community. Maybe you're part of a spiritual community. You go to the same church together. Maybe you've met this person, at some kind of church event. Or they'd like to invite you to that. And whatever that environment is, if you met them in that kind of scenario, they want to really contribute to that institution and do like good work through that. And really further and manifest that vision together. So like if it's a church thing, like they want to go on mission trips together and really like spread the good word of the church. So that kind of thing in mind. Or if you met at work, they want to further the mission of the company and they want to be really successful in the company together. All right, last messages. What does the person or people on pile number two's mind fantasize about them? Yeah. They fantasize about finally sharing their feelings and bringing those dreamy, fantastical feelings to reality. Supporting each other in reality. For some of you, this could be a passed on loved one, and you fantasize about being together with them again and vice versa. But they really fantasize about being there for you. Being your rock. And it's kind of sad. They feel kind of impotent that they can't just bring themselves to make the first move. I kind of want to know, why haven't they made the first move? Why hasn't pile number 2's person made the first move? Oh, because maybe you really do work together, or you're friends. You're in the same friend group. Like you have some shared like social circle, or you're just friends already. And they don't want to ruin that friendship. That's for some of you, not all of you. Why hasn't pile number 2's person made the first move? If you resonated with pile number 1, I would watch that as well to get more information about why they might not be coming forward, for those of you who that resonates with. But for others of you, I'm getting that it's just a matter of being nervous. It's a matter of being nervous, and it's a matter of maybe the group that you belong to, where you met, or the friendship that you have, like they don't want to ruin that. They don't want to be unprofessional in that way. So that's all I'm getting for pile number 2. I hope this resonated. Please share a like if it did. Let me know down below how it resonated, or if there, is anything to add to this story. I'm really curious, and I hope to see you guys again on my next reading. Bye! Hello, pile 3. If you chose the smoky quartz crystal, this is your reading about what the person or people on your mind fantasize about you. Pile number 3, they fantasize about being first in your eyes. They fantasize about representing a pillar of strength and protection, stability. They really fantasize about being strong. What do they fantasize about my pile number 3s? For some of you, if there's some kind of stigma around your relationship, they fantasize about overcoming those differences and overcoming the stigma and the judgment from others in order to be together. What does the person or people on pile 3's mind fantasize about them? They fantasize about commitment with you, but it's deeper than commitment. It's almost like you tattooing their name on you. Or like in that song by Beyonce from a long time ago, she's like, tattoo your name across my heart. Not even death can make us part. Sweet dream or a beautiful nightmare. Okay, so just like pile 1 and 2, if you wanted to watch this, you can. But I find that they don't know if things would work between you, but they want to try and see how it goes, because they're swept away in their desire for you. If this is a romantic interest. And for others of you, yeah, they fantasize about recovering their image in your eyes. Recovering their reputation. All right. Let's get into the tarot. What does pile number 3's person fantasize about them? Ooh. What does pile number 3's person fantasize about them? So I am getting a lot of energy like from the first 2 piles, and I did clear and set a new intention for pile 3. So if you feel drawn, please go watch those as well. Okay, this person's a little more superficial and chaotic than pile 1 and 2, though. They fantasize about having marriage and commitment with you, but they don't have the capacity for that. Either they don't or they feel like you don't, or neither of you do. And there's no shame in that. Maybe you're too young, just not in that stage of life, and that's fine. But yeah, this fantasy is very ungrounded, but they definitely want to just bind. Like, they fantasize about possessing you in some way. To where, like, you can't disconnect from them. And you'll never, yeah. They want you to be theirs. Please clarify the Empress. What does person on pile 3's mind fantasize about them? They fantasize about being your fantasy, giving you everything that you could ever hope for and being everything for you and making you like the most happy person in the world. They feel like you're very self-contained and content. They may fantasize about having children with you, or they think that that would make you happy, so they want to have children with you. Please clarify the dreamer. But they fantasize about being able to do whatever they want to do, while they want to like keep you so content that you're like in this state of confinement while they get to do whatever they want to do and like have a life outside of the relationship, but they want you to be happy with the relationship and the relationship only. They know they're toxic and they want to heal their toxicity, but that's not the main focus for them. It's like they get into this fantasy and then they're like, oh man, I need to chill. So they definitely, you know, have like conquest and possessive fantasies. This person may have addiction problems, or, you know, they just, you know, indulge in substances, and that's when they fantasize about you the most, and it really gets out of hand. Yeah, they fantasize about being number 1 in your eyes. For some of them, they fantasize about really improving themselves, improving their health, improving the way that they look. Maybe they, you know, want to like go to the gym and like get better, like get stronger, get healthier before they come to you. Because they feel like maybe you wouldn't accept them as they are. It's not as much as they don't think you would accept them. They kind of just feel like they want to be the best in your eyes, and they want to be the best they can be for you. But I feel like there's a big gap between them actually doing it. It's more of a fantasy. But they do like ultimately get to this point where they really want to purge all of their toxicity. And it may not just be the toxicity of being possessive, but it's also like any addictions or, unhealthy habits. They want to purge those. But they fantasize about doing it. Like, I don't see them actually taking action on it. But they want to do it for you. So they have some, codependent, like, tendencies as well. They also fantasize about you kind of, although they want you to be, like, totally, like, consumed by the relationship while they have their own life. Like, they do still respect you as a sovereign individual, and so they fantasize about you kind of like giving them a piece of your mind and being very quick-witted and like getting kind of snappy or like upset with them. And kind of, they fantasize about you getting them in order. And they fantasize about you kind of like training them and helping them to release these bad habits. And like coach them through it. Interesting. All right, let's get some final messages. What is pile number 3? Fantasize. Yeah, they really want to move forward with living a healthier lifestyle, and you motivate them. Getting sober. Oh my gosh. They fantasize about releasing all of their toxic patterns and habits. Maybe for some of them, they fantasize about, maybe they're in AA and they fantasize about you like supporting them through it and like being like a disciplinarian. Which, you're not a parent. You're not someone's parent, Unless you are their parent, then, they want your help. But I get the sense that this is like more of a romantic interest and they want you, maybe they want you to get involved in AA with them, but they also kind of want you to be like a parent to them. They want that structure and they feel like you're the person that can provide it. They want the structure in order to thrive and improve themselves. And, I'm not here to give advice. I'm just reading the cards. But if I were here to give advice, I would say, don't engage in codependency. Like, you're not anyone's parent. And although many people can have those, we can help each other. And we can, like, play different roles for each other when needed with those that we love. But people have to initiate lifestyle changes on their own and for themselves. And then you can support them. But I get this sense that they want your whole life to be consumed by the relationship, which the relationship consists mainly of their self-improvement. So they need to do a little bit of self-improvement on their own before you can be supportive of them. This is my opinion, because otherwise it's going to be you trying to do it for them. Like, I get the sense that you would be more involved and have more willpower. So it's better to put that energy into yourself, you know, or your own personal pursuits or work or, you know, whatever. If this is your person, if you really want to be with this person, I would say just give them some space to, and see if they're going to initiate their own changes. So that's pretty much all I'm getting for you, pile number 3. I believe it's time for me to go cook my Thanksgiving meal. So thank you so much for watching. I can't wait to see you. Until next time, go ahead and give me a like or comment below. Let me know how it resonated. See y'all. Bye.